Mississippi is an interesting place to say the least. It's an interesting place to call home. It was an interesting place to grow up in because of its history, which is so controversial, but also diverse in a sense, is the home of so many wonderful writers. But also, Mississippi is known for racism and for poverty as well. And growing up in a place like that, I experienced both things. I grew up in a neighborhood that was known for all the wrong reasons. In Jackson, Mississippi, called Georgetown. It was it was no other way of putting it, the hood. But for me, it was home. When I saw news reports about my neighborhood, it didn't line up with the neighborhood that I knew personally. For me, my neighborhood, my neighbors were my family. It was my village. Everyone there was meant something to me, and everyone there was invested in seeing me and other kids grow up and be our best selves. I didn't experience the things that I saw on the news all the time, except maybe once when I was about 6 years old, when I was at the park and two drug dealers started shooting. And my friends and I were on the playground when it happened, and we were almost caught in the crossfire. All of us ended up safe, but that experience and the trauma of it led my mom to take me to the library to give me books so that I could see that there was more to the world than that shooting. There was more to the world than our neighborhood. I also grew up knowing that my neighborhood wasn't once the place that it was then. My neighborhood was once a middle class neighborhood for Black folks, full of educators, doctors, lawyers, civil rights leaders. It was the home of Medgar Evers. And I grew up knowing that these people once called this place home, and that over the years, circumstances changed the neighborhood drastically, specifically the crack cocaine epidemic. But I also grew up knowing that people around me were not defined by their circumstances. And that's something that I took with me. That's something that I say about Mississippi as a whole. The people there are not defined by their circumstances. They want to define themselves. And as a writer now, as a creative, that's a message I take with me, and you'll find it in all of my books. None of my characters are defined by their circumstances. They decide to define themselves. So if nothing else, that's something Mississippi taught me.
This author interview was produced through a partnership of the National Education Association and WETA. For more author interviews, please visit adlit.org